Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for a moment of silence for our men and women serving overseas, and also for anyone that's lost their life to COVID-19. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible. Please be seated.
Notice requirements of the Open Public Meeting Law have been satisfied concerning this meeting. The Home News Tribune, the Star Ledger published a notice on December 20th, 2019. A copy was posted on the Municipal Bulletin Board, and it should be so noted in the minutes of this meeting. Councilman Spiller.
Here.
Councilman Ficarra.
Here.
Councilwoman Meehan.
Here.
Councilwoman Drum.
Here.
Councilman Patel. Councilman Anderson.
Here.
Councilman Bauer.
Here.
Council Vice President Small.
Here.
And President De Jesus.
Here.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve the minutes from March 24th, 2020?
Motion. Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. We'll begin tonight with the second reading ordinances, taking letter A first. Letter A is a lease agreement with Berkeley Woodbridge Realty LLC for property located at 430 Rawway Avenue in Woodbridge. Can I get a motion that this ordinance be taken up on second and third reading and a public hearing be opened?
Motion. Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on letter A only. Hearing no comment from the public, can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinance be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Motion. Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
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 Opposed? Ayes have it. Letter B is an amendment to Section 4-2, Peddlers and Solicitors of the revised ordinance of the Township of Woodbridge, and this is just a correction. It's a housekeeping correction to the ordinance. With that said, can I get a motion that the ordinance be taken up on second and third reading and a public hearing be opened?
Motion. Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on letter B only. Hearing no comment from the public, can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinance be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Motion. Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Letter C is an ordinance authorizing the acquisition by purchaser eminent domain of real property known as 8 Port Reading Avenue in the Woodbridge section of the township. Can I get a motion that this ordinance be taken up on second and third reading and the public hearing be opened?
Motion. Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
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 Opposed?
Aye.
Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on letter C only. Hearing no comment from the public, can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinance be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Motion. Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
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 Opposed? Ayes have it. And letter D is ordinance vacating the air rights above a portion of Polian Street in Woodbridge proper. Could I get a motion that this ordinance be taken up on second and third reading and the public hearing be opened?
Motion. Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. Next, you have listed first reading ordinances on your agenda this evening, starting with letter E and ending with letter L, all inclusive. Can I get a motion that these ordinances be taken up on first reading, published in the Home News Tribune on April the 10th, 2020, with notice of public hearing to be held on April 21st, 2020 at 7 p.m.
Motion. Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
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 Opposed? Ayes have it. And finally, under resolutions, you have numbers 1 through 30. Can I get a motion by consent to approve 1 through 30?
Motion. Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. That's it, Madam President.
Okay, now we will be moving to our agenda portion of the meeting. My agenda is in order with just two announcements.
Sorry. Gotta go to the public.
I'm sorry, we'll go to the public portion of the meeting.
Are there any comments from the public this evening? Hearing no comment from the public, can I get a motion that the public portion of this meeting be closed?
Motion. Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
Okay, now we will move to the agenda portion of our meeting. My agenda is in order. I just have two quick announcements. If anyone needs any books or anything from the public library, just make sure you go on the website, which is www.woodbridge.org. You can renew your library card there if you need to, and you can check out books. They want you to know that the Friends of the Library, their annual Friends book sale has been moved to September, and they want to thank all of our residents for their generous donations. Also, please remember that Census 2020, it's now, so this is the perfect time to fill out your census. While you're home, you can do it on your computer. Just fill out your Census 2020 and be counted. Por favor, acuérdense que estamos en el tiempo del Census 2020. Háganse contar, pueden hacerlo en la computadora, así que si están en sus casas, les recomiendo que sean contados y llenen el Census 2020. I also want to thank our mayor and our administration for keeping us up to date with everything that's going on in our township concerning the virus. They have pretty much kept us, council, up to date, and they have kept all of our residents up to date with everything that is going on concerning the virus in our township. Again, I ask for prayers for all of our first responders, our police department, our firemen, our first aid, our EMTs, and all of our healthcare workers. I believe today is World Healthcare Day, so this is the perfect time to pray for them. We should be adding them to our prayers every day while we're going through this, but just know that together we can make it. I have faith and I have hope that we will get through this. Keep your social distance, keep washing your hands. Please adhere to everything that we've put forth to try to maintain our township healthy and moving forward. If you go to the park, maintain social distance. Try to keep your kids off the playgrounds and off the basketball courts. We're doing this because we want the best for our township. And again, I implore everyone to support our local businesses. If you don't feel like cooking, because I know I'm tired of cooking every day since I'm home every evening, order and go pick up your food. We just had strawberries this past weekend. We went to Surrender and had Surrender too. Yes, I get 2 days away from the kitchen on the weekend. So again, I implore everyone to support our local businesses. They are still open, so we can do our part by ordering from all of our local businesses in town. Thank you again for understanding the tough times that we're going through and offering your support. And again, the best thing that we can do is when we are saying our prayers at night, it's to include everyone, all of our first responders and everyone, all the healthcare workers in our hospitals. And again, a special prayer and a moment of silence for everyone that has lost a loved one to this virus. Now moving on, Vice President Small.
Thank you, Madam President. My agenda is in order. Just a few announcements. Again, special thank you to the mayor, my council mates, all our administrators, department heads, and every employee of the Township of Woodbridge for the special job you've been doing during these tough times. As we recognize our doctors and nurses and healthcare providers, let's not forget the rest of the people that work in them hospitals that keep us safe, from the custodian to the receptionist to the security guard that's got to do their effort too. Let's not forget them. To our great police department, fire departments, and EMS, all I can say is you're the best and keep up the great work. Check on your neighbors, especially your elderly. You know, they need some help. Go knock on the door. Even if you never talked to them before, go knock on their door and ask them if they need something. just the right thing to do. A special thanks to our Township Board of Ed employees, our bus drivers, our bus aides that are delivering meals to schools every single day. To the Board of Ed Security Department that is handing out Chromebooks to students that don't have them every single day in their effort. I just want to mention real quickly, too, we had a pretty serious fire in the Port Reading Fire District number 2 last Saturday. I want to thank all the mutual aid fire companies that came out, the first aid squads, the police department, and the CERT team that was there. I also want to give special thanks to the gentleman that sits 3 seats to my left. I was out at that fire call. I wasn't feeling well, and I called up Councilman Spiller, and I asked him if he could spare one of his guys. He said, "Don't be silly, I'll be right down there." Himself and Chris Naroda came down, and they did the fire investigation, and I just can't thank them enough for their efforts. It's about teamwork. That's what it's all about. For this Sunday, happy Easter, happy Passover, and don't forget, we live in the greatest country in the world, and we should always be proud to be Americans, and we are going to get through this. I just want to say God bless America. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. Councilman Spiller?
Thank you, Council President. Council Vice President Small, I want to thank you for the kind words, brother, anytime you know that. Real quick, just items number 2 and 3. I'd like to remind all residents that they can still walk and get outdoors at all our parks, but especially at LeGrand Park and Oros Park. LeGrand has a quarter-mile track and a large area to roam, and Oros Park is starting to bloom with all its trees and flowers. Take the time to travel one of the many trails that are located at Oros Park. I remind everyone to adhere to the social distancing guidelines when entering our parks. And as a reminder, all playground equipment is closed. Item number 9, the Avenel Fire Department will be escorting the Easter Bunny this Saturday, April 11th, on a fire truck for our residents and children to enjoy. The Easter Bunny will be driven around our fire district between the hours of 3 and 6. Please know we will do everything to accommodate your request. We might not be able to drive down every street, but we plan to go into each neighborhood. The engines, unfortunately, will not be able to stop at any homes with the Easter Bunny with the firefighters due to social distancing protocols. We will periodically sound the horns and siren to alert you that we are coming. To see the streets that the Easter Bunny and the fire trucks will be going down, you can visit the Avenel Fire Department's Facebook site, or it should be on their website tomorrow, and that is www.avenelfire.org. You can also reach out to me, direct message, email. Hope to see you there. The rest of my agenda is in order, Council President. Thank you. I'd just like to wish everyone a happy Passover, a happy Easter. Spend the time at home with your family. And also, please continue to pray for all that have been affected, and continue to pray for our police, fire, EMS, emergency management, and all our first responders. And like it was just said, all our residents and neighbors that have to continue to go to work, health care, everybody that's there, essential, so we want to pray for them. And what it comes down to is, be safe, be smart. Once again, I want to thank the mayor, the administration, all the directors, all the town employees. I mean, my garbage still got picked up today. It's incredible the job that everybody's doing, the Board of Ed, my fellow councilmates, the clerk's office, Mr. Mitch. Like I said, we'll get through it. We're doing well, but I wish everybody, health, and God bless America. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you. Councilwoman Meehan?
Thank you, Council President. I echo everything my 3 councilmates just said. I had that all down to say that. Everything they said is what we're all feeling. Just like Councilman Spiller said about the Easter Bunny, we will be bringing the Easter Bunny into Colonia. We usually do a Easter event this Saturday, but because we can't, we're going to bring him on the Easter truck between 11 and 2 before Avenel, and we're going to go down certain streets, just like Councilman Spiller said. We can't get to every single street, but we will have some kind of chart that shows what street we will go down. And just like they all said too, thank you to the administration and the mayor. You've kept everybody informed, and they've really, really appreciated all the feedback that we've been getting has been positive, and they just are happy to be informed by our township and kept in the loop. It's so important. And the one thing I just want to say too is, Please continue to patronize our local restaurants if you can. They're hurting, and they need us not to forget about them. Many of these same businesses supported our sports leagues, our school functions, and our organizations for years. Now we need to be there for them so they can continue to keep their doors open. And my heartfelt prayers go out to everybody that's continuing to fight this virus, and for the families and friends who lost people they loved. I want to especially just say a prayer for the Brown family here in Colonia who lost he died from the virus, and he left behind 3 young children. So please keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Jim Brown was a really great guy, and I just want to remember him. And you know, we're all going to get through this together while staying apart, because we're strong and we're compassionate and we're positive, and we are a community. We've always been a great community. So just wishing everybody good health to everybody's family, and just stay safe, and happy Easter and happy Passover. That's all I have.
Thank you, Councilwoman Meehan. Really quick, I know that because most of us are working from home, some of us are undertaking special projects in our homes, and we, our Department of Public Works, like Councilman Spiller said, is working. Our garbage gets picked up, our recycling gets picked up. But one thing that they're not doing is bulk pickups at this time. So if you're doing a project at home, please make sure that we don't put any hazardous materials in our garbage or in our recycling. Just set it in your backyard in a corner and put it there until we can resume to business as normal and we can do special pickups. Be conscious that these men and women in our Department of Public Works are working every day to make sure that our garbage and our recycling gets picked up. So again, if you're doing a special project at home and you need to get rid of something that does not belong in recycling or in regular garbage, just put it aside, and when we resume business as normal, we'll take care of it. Thank you. Moving on, Councilwoman Drum, please.
Thank you, Council President. Number 2, the Downtown Merchants Association has asked me to tell everyone that all the essential businesses are still open there, and you can check their website at woodbridgedowntown.com or their Facebook page at Woodbridge Downtown. Number 4, the Chamber of Commerce is still working remotely. If you have questions, there are a lot of things going on out there with regard to small business emergency assistance, loan applications that are available. They can call 732-636-4040. With regard to the COVID-19, you can get information through the New Jersey Business and Industry Association, the New Jersey Economic Development Association. You can check the Chamber website at woodbridgechamber.com or go to the Woodbridge Chamber of Commerce Facebook page. I also echo my councilmates. Everything that was said, please everyone be safe, listen to all of the COVID-19 CDC protocols and take this very seriously. Our township's daily updates from our mayor have been phenomenal. The feedback has been great. Thank you very much to our mayor and administration, all of our township employees and emergency services for all of your efforts, and to all the local businesses out there that have been keeping their doors open for the good of our entire community. It's amazing what I have been seeing and hearing being home. People are calling, constituents are calling, everyone wants to help. The local food businesses are donating to our EMS and our hospital personnel, and it has been overwhelming to see all the love in our community and all the actions that are being taken by each and every one of everyone trying to help during this crisis. So continued prayers to everyone that this will end soon, and thank you everyone for all of your help, and a happy Easter and a happy Passover to everyone. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you. Councilman Anderson?
Thank you, Council President. My agenda is in order. I do have a few items I want to mention. One on your note regarding the DPW. If it is a project that you're working on and there's some things that you can bring to the dump, the township dump, just note that the hours have changed. They're shortened until 2 p.m. So if it's something like some wood or whatever, or something that you feel comfortable bringing in your car, that you don't have to have a special pickup and you're doing a project in your home, you can go down to the township dump between the hours of 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. Regarding COVID-19, I do want to acknowledge that there is a testing site, a new testing site at our Kilmer DMV in Edison. It's by appointment only, and it's from 10 to 2 p.m. Okay? Also on the Middlesex County website, if you're a medical professional and look to volunteer, you can go on our county website, and there is a icon for you to click on for volunteers, for anyone that can provide relief at any of our medical centers or our testing sites. Regarding our job site right now, the hottest job site I could tell you about is jobs.covid19.nj.gov. That is our state of New Jersey COVID-19 jobs and hiring portal. There are 49,018 jobs listed. If you're out of work right now and you really you can't wait for unemployment, or you're looking to get in temporarily until your company can hire you back, there are companies in here that you can go through: retail, health, groceries, food and delivery, healthcare services. There's everything for just about everybody in here. So please check that website out. And as always, please check out our own Woodbridge Township Employment Opportunity Center on our website. There are companies that are specifically looking for Woodbridge Township residents. And I'd also like to mention that the tooling around the township is going to be put on hold for now. There are homes that have been identified. We were going to go out and do some inspections before April 25th, but because of the stay-at-home in order and to keep everyone safe, we are going to suspend that. And again, I do want to reiterate, if your home if you are receiving the notification, it is not an indicator that your home has been selected. It is just notifying you that we've received your application and your home may have been one of the ones that was inspected, but because of the COVID-19, this has been put on hold. Letters will be going out this week, and you will receive notification. And I just want to echo everyone else's sentiments on our first responders, our parks employees, everyone that's made our neighborhood safe. I was out for a walk this afternoon, and I noticed the signs that the DPW has put on our playgrounds and some caution tape on our swing sets. Parents, I think parents really got the message. There was no one in the park, although there are a lot of nice families out walking, and it's really nice at this time of the year. We're turning lemons into lemonade by everyone's greeting their neighbors and saying hello, and people are getting out and spending time with their family. So as we approach Passover and Easter, I would like to wish everyone a happy Passover and happy Easter, and I would love to say a prayer for all of our first responders and our township employees, and thank you to the mayor for keeping everyone informed. That is all I have.
Thank you. Councilman Ficarra.
Thanks, Council President. Yes, thank you to all the folks on the front line for keeping us safe in everything you do, whatever it is. Mayor McCormick, great job on keeping us all informed. I have a bunch of neighbors that are checking in on me, so I think I probably just hit the senior citizen status. In the world of health and wellness, listening to my rock station Q104.3, they were relating what many of us know as the freshman 15, when you put on a lot of weight when you first start college. Now they're calling it the quarantine 15. Don't fall victim to the quarantine 15. There's plenty of online exercise. Our own Woodbridge Community Center and the club at Woodbridge have some videos out there that you can watch. You can go to TV 35 and see our own Carolyn Ehrlich running her program. But it's a simple process, folks. Just keep it in mind. It's calories in and calories out. If you're going to take calories in, you need to do some work to burn up those calories. Otherwise, you're going to put on weight. So take those safe walks. Keep your social distance. You can walk around your house. There's a lot of good ways to do it, and you got to be creative. You can dust off those old hand weights and some of that equipment you have on your house. Anything is better than nothing. Again, happy holidays to everyone. Passover, Ramadan, Easter, Vasaki. It's a time for all of us to pray however we pray. And today is my cheat day, so I got to get my order into Sam Remos. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you, man. Councilman Patel? Councilman Bauer?
Thank you, Council President. My agenda is in order. My fellow councilmates have covered everything, and I echo all their sentiments. This is a special thanks to all our essential employees in the public and private sectors. Thank you for all your services. Thank the mayor for all his updates and administration. We wish everybody a happy Easter, a happy Passover. Stay safe out there. Remember social distancing, and God bless America. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you. One other thing that I would like to ask our residents in our township to remember is our food pantries. Some of us are blessed to be able to work from home and still get paid, but there are those people that probably have lost their regular paychecks or are hurting because they're not working as many hours. So please remember, as we're blessed during this Easter season to be celebrating, to also remember our food pantries and try to give somehow to the less fortunate. Our food pantries are all open, and you can reach to any one of us if you need more information, but just keep our township food pantries in mind. Thank you, and with that, Mr. Mitch?
Thank you, Madam President. A couple quick items. Continue to work with the police department on a number of liquor license transfers and amendments to their corporate officers. My agenda will be updated to reflect some changes for the next time we meet with regards to the census date, as there's been extensions to parts of the census. And today, I'll also update this. The governor has indicated the primary election in June will be moving to July. So as soon as I get that firmed up, I'll make everybody aware of the new date as well. All right, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Council President. First, if you don't mind, I would like to correct Councilman Kyle Anderson. He referred to our township dump several times. We do not have a township dump. We do have a township convenience center. We'd prefer it be called that. It is much more pleasing and it's much more welcoming than saying that we have a township dump. So, Councilman Anderson, please refrain from the use of the word dump in the future if you don't mind. Did you hear me? Anyway, I don't really have a report. I just want to say thanks again. You know, a lot of people think being the mayor at Woodbridge is tough. In a time like this, it almost seems a bit easy because of the quality of the people we have in this township every single day that are working hard on this effort. Our police department, our public works department, our health department are all out in the front lines, all the back office staff, all the people keeping town hall rolling. The first aid squads and the fire departments that put themselves in harm's way. The Board of Ed, you heard Mr. Small mention all the people there that are still working. The teachers that are working every day just as hard as if they were in school, making sure the kids are learning. Everybody that's out there making sure the people in Woodbridge are safe. As you said, Council President, there are so many people making sure our food pantries have food, not only food, but volunteers to get it delivered. It seems like we put a phone number out, and within an hour, dozens of calls come in for people to help. We have our senior center, our Office on Aging, checking on our seniors. So many people doing so many great things. The people at this table, Mr. Simaluka, leading the charge as the administrator. So many people doing so many things, and it just makes us proud as the leaders of this town to see the effort, and we really, really appreciate it. So thank you.
Thank you. Business Administrator Simaluka.
Thank you, Council President. If you would indulge me as I go through my agenda along with the directors. On my agenda, on the resolution side, I have the Woodbridge Health Center boiler replacement, state contract for vendors. I have the bid for a hockey and staff uniforms. I have a bid for to install end fence equipment. I have a bid for lumber. I have some housekeeping items. I have a tax overpayment. I have parking refunds, and I have a bus stop resolution. Under police for Director Hubner, I have a traffic ordinance amendment. It's not always easy speaking. Under Mr. Brew for DPW, I have a resolution for a hazardous mitigation for appendix number 24, and I have several add-ons, 3 of them exact. For fiscal year 20, I have a safety secure grant. I have 79 Grove Avenue asbestos abatement for environmental connection, and I have the Rawway South Branch stream cleaning for Remington Vernick. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you. Before I go to legal, if I may go back to Council Vice President Small.
Thank you, Madam President. I just got off the phone with the Port Reading Firehouse, and they got off the phone with the Ford's Firehouse, and the Easter Bunny called in to let them know that he's going to be riding around on fire truck in Port Reading and Ford's Fire District 2 and 7 on Sunday, and just check on their Facebook accounts to see the times. So Port Reading and Ford's Fire, the Easter Bunny on Sunday. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Legal?
Nothing tonight from legal, thank you.
Thank you. Before we get a motion to adjourn the meeting, please, Council, stay on the line. We have our Health Department quarterly agenda.
Sure.
Madam President, Mr. Green is also on the line, our Health Director, to deliver his report this evening, his quarterly report.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. I just have a couple things on my agenda. The first is number 1, the local health report. So the State Health Department has advised us that due to the COVID outbreak, the online portal for the local health report has been closed, and the report will not be required at least until further notice. So I originally promised you I'd have a local health report for last year's activities, but at this point, I don't know when that would actually be. So that has been postponed till further notice. And lastly, number 8, I just want to, under special events COVID-19 response, I want to thank the mayor and the administration for all their support during this epidemic. Response there. I feel that all those updates are invaluable to the community and very important. And last but not least, I want to thank all our health staff who have been working tirelessly to respond to this COVID-19 epidemic. Specifically the nurses and the environmental staff who have been working overtime and putting in a lot of hours. The nurses have been responding to all these reports of cases that we've been seeing, and the environmental staff have been responding to all the questions from the public and calls for assistance. And thank you. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Can I entertain a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
Meeting adjourned.